Hey guys, so I know a lot of us have been worried about keeping up with assignments, making sure that you're turning things in on time and not getting completely overwhelmed. Some of the feedback that I've been getting is that there's like a difference. One of the issues that you're facing is that there's a difference in how teachers post. So like some people will post each assignment each day and it's due that very day and blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of pressure on time. And then some teachers are posting like everything for that 1 week in one long behind post, and you're sitting there going, oh my God, do I have to do all of this in one day? This is way too much. So what I did was I sat down and created a little organizer. It's in a Word document, so hopefully all you're really going to need to be doing is copying and pasting information in, so it doesn't take a lot of extra time or extra effort, because that's the last thing you need is like one more thing to do, right? But here's my thought. If you take a little bit of time on Monday or whatever the first day of the week is for that week, right? Because this Monday coming up is a non-student day, and you go to each class's wall. Like take the time to, wherever it is that each of your teachers are posting their assignments, take the time to go look at every single class first thing in the morning before you do anything else, and just copy and paste, right? Pick up those assignments, copy and paste them into the organizer, so that if it's one of those teachers who has like a whole week's worth of stuff, I'd copy and paste that whole thing into Monday first for that class period. And then I would go back and I would say, okay, this looks like a fifth of that work or a fourth of that work. I'm going to take this chunk, and I would leave that in Monday, and then I'd move everything else to Tuesday. And then I would say, okay, this looks like it's probably about a fourth or a fifth of the work. It's going to take about a fourth or a fifth of the time. So I'm going to leave that in Tuesday and take everything else down to Wednesday. And set it up for yourself and organize it in such a way where it's spread out over the course of the week and chunked down to smaller pieces, so you don't feel like it's all needing to be done in one day. And then you have this lovely little list for yourself of, okay, this is what I'm going to do Monday, this is what I'm going to do Tuesday, this is what I'm going to do Wednesday, etc. Right? Smaller chunk makes it easier. If it's one of the teachers who posts every single day, that's fine. Maybe you just add, okay, the first thing I'm going to do in the morning before I do any of the assignments for that day, some of them will already be there because of the teachers who post for the week, right? But for the empty holes I've got, because that teacher, the teacher for that class is a daily poster and I haven't gotten the assignment yet, the first thing I'm going to do is just go on Etsy, find that assignment, and copy and paste it over into the into my little graphic organizer, so I know what is, so I add it to my list for Tuesday or add it to my list for Wednesday or whatever day it is. Sorry, I'm checking my notes to make sure I hit everything. And you just add to it as necessary. So again, I am not, the most important thing in trying to come up with something that would be helpful and useful to me was to not be adding like an extra task that's going to be crazy time consuming. And this might take a little bit longer at first to get used to because it's a new strategy, it's a new something that you're using. But I really do think that if you take the time to just a few minutes at the beginning of each day and a few minutes at the beginning of the week to try to bring some organization for yourself, for your own brain, it's going to make your life a lot easier. This is actually literally exactly what I did when I was trying to plan for all the classes that I have, because every single class of mine basically does something different, right? And so believe you me, I am right there with you. It has been very difficult to wrap my head around. It was difficult at the beginning of the year without e-learning, and having it all be electronic, and I still feel like my brain's fried half the time. But having that weekly guide for myself and setting it up where I'm like, okay, this is basically what this group of kids is going to be doing for this week, and here's what technical is going to focus on this week, here's what musical theater is going to focus on this week, here's what English is going to focus on this week. That has really, really helped me not lose my mind. So I wanted to try to help you not lose your mind, because that's a horrible feeling, and I know that feeling very well because I'm there a lot. So yay! So I hope this is helpful for you guys. If it's not, don't tell me that. No, I'm just kidding. If you look at it and you're like, that's cool, but I'd prefer to organize it this way, or I want it to be a little different, and you're not sure how to make it different, please feel free to let me know, because I might know how to make it different for you, and then I could do that and then re-upload it again. But yeah, by all means, customize it, make it your own, or maybe like you'll see this and you'll be like, that style does not work for me. Oh, but here's what would, and maybe it gives you an idea that is a little more relieving and makes your life easier. So yeah, anyway, don't stress. pressure off, deep breaths, one day at a time. We've got this. Okay?